what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. Jake, how about it, though, dude? So, okay. One of my main points Saturday, immediate reaction game, and on Monday was kind of, should we be checking ourselves?
Before we wreck ourselves?
Yes. If our reaction to having a quarterback do what Garrett Nussmeier did on Saturday is kind of like,
Yeah, we should.
It was okay. It's pretty good. Well, validation comes in many forms sometimes in this business. And I would say then it was pretty validating to that point when the SEC announces yesterday that Garrett Nussmeier is your SEC Player of the Week. Okay, guys, again, I'm sensing this overall malaise in the Tiger Nation right now.
A lot of malaise.
The Nega-Tigers have crawled out of their graves and they're infecting people left and right. Again, I get it. This is not the team you thought it would be from a preseason expectation standpoint, but guess what? They're not that bad.
We're not that drunk.
Exactly. It's the old beer fest thing. We're not that bad, okay? And you're getting better. You're getting better week by week. Garrett Nussmeier's getting better. Rush Tack's getting better. D-line's getting better. We'll get to what Brian Kelly had about the safeties. It sounds like, too, like they have a very clear path of how they believe they can make the safeties get better. Like, the team is going to get better. Are they going to disappoint you? Sure. I've said it a million times. I don't think you're going to beat Ole Miss. Okay, whatever. Screw it. Go play the game. Go play free. Go beat Ole Miss, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't. Just because I sit here and say, I don't think you will. Like, who gives a damn? Just stop freaking moping, y'all. You just had a quarterback complete 72 for 350 and 3 tugs. And on the other side of the ball, you have a pass rusher, arguably the most exciting defensive position, in Bradyn Swinson, who just won SEC Defensive Player of the Week for the second week in a row, guys. 2 weeks. Do you know how hard that is to do?
In that league, yeah.
In this conference? You do it in a Power 4 game, no BS.
Another great point.
So pull your head out your ass. All of you, quite frankly. You're someone moping around, ruining your enjoyment of football season, okay? You're sitting there forcing yourself to sniff crap, smell the roses, appreciate it, and death to the USA.
University of South Alabama.
Yeah. Duh.
Just disclaimers.
Yeah.
Bradyn
Swinson's about to hostage video Bothwell. Just kidding. Sorry.
All right, so
I'm not trying to cut the knees out of my own point here.
Yeah, I was about to say,
the
you were
point
doing
is,
so good.
The point is, let's back it up.
Really,
Back it up. The point is, let's just have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun.
Now, look, this team definitely has their flaws. There's no question about it. I agree. The preseason expectation is probably one of the big reasons why. There's some things that they still need to get cleaned up. Every coach would tell you that, right? There's deficiencies, sure. But there's also some really good things. Look, did we expect them to be able to run the football better? Absolutely. That's one of the more surprising things that they haven't been able to get it done. But Garrett Nussmeier, in the way that he's played, it needs to be highlighted. Not just this week against UCLA. That was fantastic. But even going back to last week, and we showed a clip, being on the road in a great environment in the SEC, his first ever time to be on a true road game as a starter. He had never been in that situation before, and that's the one you get introduced to.
It's crazy.
And they were bringing cover 0, and he was putting tight ends and backs and the offensive line in the right positions to be able to handle that. He was standing tall. Like we talked about with Jaden Daniels in cover 0, he was standing tall, taking hits, knew he was going to take a hit, but delivered the football multiple times, right? The one that we highlighted last week was the one that Aaron Anderson over the middle of the football field. He didn't, bail as he threw it. He had his shoulder square. He let it rip, and it was a big gain that almost turned into a touchdown. Those are things that you typically don't get from somebody that's never been in that situation. I don't care how long you've been here. Your time here has been watching. It hasn't been playing. Well, now he's playing in the first couple of moments that we've seen him be tested. He's played really well, like even going back to the USC game.
Yeah.
Like, Garrett Nussmeier played well enough to win. He had one throw. Now, it was a big throw. There's no doubt about it, but he had one throw.
But in his first start, you're allowed to throw.
I mean, this is high-level quarterback play, and the hope is, if you're an LSU fan, is that some of the things that T-Bob was talking about can try to match where Garrett Nussmeier is right now. Now, I don't know if those things can get done, but his level of play is already shown that it's going to be a high level of play all season long.
And what more can you say about Bradyn Swinson? Legitimately, maybe the best pass rusher in the SEC right now. If not, he's right there.
And that's not just because he's playing against bad tackles or anything. Like, if you go watch the tape, T-Bob, they tried last week and this week a tackle, a tight end, a tackle, a back. He's no longer single blocked. He's fighting through double teams a lot of times.
Yeah, and also it's not like he had multiple sacks against Nichols. I don't even know if he had one.
No, I think it started last week. I think his first sack was South Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. That's multi-sack games against Power 4 opponents there.
Nichols only threw the ball 11 times, and every one of the passes was a quick slant. So they didn't have an opportunity. But to your point, right, it's going against an SEC team, a Big Ten team, and, again, he's been unblockable.
And so appreciate that, man. That's so rare to have that. And really, it's a credit. And, if y'all want to know why I'm betting on this staff long term, it's because I see the improvement on the edge from Kevin Peoples. I see the improvement in Swinson, in Shand, in Savion Jones. I see the improvement on the interior, which has been dealt a terrible hand. And yet Ahmad Bro seems to get better every single week. And here's what's funny, Jake, or not funny, darkly funny, gallows humor. If I would have told you before the season where you could least afford injuries, like running back would have been one of them, interior D-line, Jacoby Guillory may have been number one. And then just from a pure talent perspective, Harold Perkins would have been up there. And yet now you've lost John Emery, Jacoby Guillory, and Harold Perkins for the year. So life ain't doing you any favors. But this is a well-coached team. It's a mentally tough team. And they're not always going to win, but they are going to continue to fight. And as long as I continue to see effort, give a damn, a commitment to trying to improve, I'm going to be along there for the ride cheering these guys on because they're getting better.
Right now, Bradyn Swinson is second in the country in sacks, and he's only half a sack out of the lead. Savion Jones right now is top 15 player as far as sacks as well. So that's two edge defenders that are second and top 15 as far as sacks this year. So, I mean, that edge play, Kevin Peoples, they've gotten a lot better. It's the same guys you had from a year ago.
Yeah. And, and so, look, those guys came back, and now they're going to benefit.
You just thought about what if one of the
But
I'm
done with that conversation. I'm done with that conversation. The interior guys didn't want to come back. That's fine. I get it. They had a really rough go of things. But the edge guys came back, and the edge guys are going to get paid in the NFL now. Wow. Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.